Right now at 6, rural churches facing a crisis. Their fight for survival and why experts say there's hope for revival.
Plus, protecting Wisconsin residents, how newly proposed legislation would limit rent increases around the state.
You're watching WKBT La Crosse. This is News 8 Now at 6.
Good evening and thank you for joining us for News 8 Now at 6. I'm Emily Brown.
And I'm Ken Kozarowski. Democratic lawmakers are pushing to keep housing affordable in Wisconsin.
And they're proposing a new bill to make it happen. News 8 Now's Grace Monk joins us to explain.
The bill would put an annual cap on rent increases for manufactured home communities across Wisconsin. Under the bill, rent increases would be limited to 2 or 4% depending on inflation. It would also require owners to notify residents of potential sales and give them 60 days to submit an offer.
Tied to inflation increases makes a lot more sense than just giving them all the power to jump to an unreasonable amount.
In most cases, people living in mobile home parks own their house and pay to rent the land underneath.
It truly is a far more affordable option for people.
A mobile home resident that wished to remain anonymous says large rent increases can put people in difficult positions.
I'm retired, limited income. It made it very hard to pay my other bills.
Smith says the goal is to prevent companies from pricing people out.
They don't really have any personal interest in the property. They just want to make an investment, and sometimes they're looking at the possibility of redevelopment, and they will jack up the rent.
The bill also requires owners to pass state inspections to ensure that communities are being maintained. Reporting in La Crosse, Grace Monk, News 8 Now.
Tomorrow is spring primary election day, and multiple area school districts could see competitive races. In Westby, David Egan, Peter Eng, and Toby Wood are vying for seat 6 on the school board. The top 2 advanced to the spring election. In Soldiers Grove, Katie Dobson, Jill Quandal, and Harrison Heilman are competing for 2 village trustee spots. Polls open at 7 a.m. and we'll have continued coverage and results tomorrow night.
Western Wisconsin's Congressman Derek Van Orden visiting Altoona today. He is touting a $2.25 million investment secured for the city's water system project. The funding will help provide clean and reliable water service to approximately 170 mobile home lots in Hillcrest Estates. Officials say without the upgrades, hundreds would be at risk of losing their homes.
We're having an issue with affordable housing in the state of Wisconsin, across the country right now. We're working on it. Well, guess what? This is high quality, affordable housing. And for our Wisconsinites to be able to live here, to be productive members of our society and participate in our economy, they have to have a place to live.
The city will own the water system while Hillcrest Estates will maintain it.
Wisconsin Governor candidate Kelda Roys is visiting the region today, making stops at Sprouts Child Care and the Hunger Task Force in La Crosse and Westby Creamery. Roy spent the day discussing her hopes to raise wages while lower costs around the state.
We can have a Wisconsin where everyone has what they need to thrive, but we need to have really strong leadership to get there.
Roy is also touting her proposed state health insurance plan, KeldaCare. If passed, small businesses and families could buy into the current program that covers state employees.
Developing news out of Rhode Island. 3 people are dead after a shooting at an ice rink. The shooter is among the dead. 3 others are hospitalized in critical condition. Police say the gunman opened fire during a high school hockey game at Dennis M. Lynch Arena in Pawtucket this afternoon. Authorities believe this was a family dispute. The shooter died from what appears to be a self-inflicted gunshot wound.
I think it was like mid-play. I heard a couple gunshots go off. I thought it was balloons at first. It was loud, and then it kept going on, so I ran right into the locker room after I got off the ice.
Besides the shooter, 1 person died at the arena and another died later at the hospital. Police say both victims were adults. Back home, a pickup truck breaking through the ice at Schaefer's Landing.
Witnesses say the vehicle drove close to a spring where the ice was thinner. When it fell through the ice, catching on an underwater structure, keeping it from fully submerging. The only occupant in the car was able to escape without injuries and treated by first responders.
Saw the guy coming, wasn't able to flag him down in time, and saw it go in, and we kind of walked towards the vehicle, make sure the guy was all right. He started rolling down his window, was making his way out, and then Justin went in, helped him out while I dialed 911.
Anderson says other vehicles were driving closer to the middle of the water where the ice is thicker.
And you can certainly see there's still plenty of ice over there on Lake Onalaska, but the warm temperatures the last few days, Greg, definitely taking their toll.
Yeah, if it's running water, springs and all that, that ice is generally thinner and it's going to melt faster too. Other areas are probably not as bad, but yeah, we got a sunshine and the warm temperatures. Well, it's going to melt more of that ice potentially all the way through Wednesday before we get back to where we should be. But overall, we had close to record highs across the area. You can see 2 degrees shy of La Crosse, about 8 degrees for Eau Claire, but a lot of 60s as you go further south, even mid 60s too. So quite warm across the area. Probably the last day we'll see highs that high. Overall, we're still very mild for this time of year. The temperatures are going to drop off fairly quick. It's still middle of February, so it doesn't take long. We're back into the 40s right now, getting close to the 30s. And overall, if you look at radar, a few high cirrus clouds to the south and west of the area coming through. Otherwise, we're getting them back down to the low 40s in some areas, but otherwise still very mild and very mild for this evening. Just increasing clouds, dropping back to 38. Once again, that is still higher than our average temperature this time of year. And Eau Claire, too, quickly getting back down to 33 with a few clouds out there, fairly quiet conditions, too. As we go on, yes, that false spring, as we're going to call it, because it's not really spring. We're going to get back to winter-type conditions, so we'll tell you when we'll expect to see some snow and when those 30s will come back in the picture, too, a bit later.
All right. Thank you, Greg.
Oscar-winning actor Robert Duvall has died at age 95. Duvall's publicist says he passed peacefully at his Virginia home. The actor had a six-decade career starring in The Godfather, Apocalypse Now, and To Kill a Mockingbird. His family asked those honoring his memory to watch a great film, share stories with friends, or take a countryside drive.
La Crescent Hoka school staff spending their morning learning what it's like to live in poverty. Great Rivers United Way hosted a poverty simulation. Staff were assigned roles in families facing challenges like unemployment and tight budgets. The goal, helping teachers understand what their students go through. According to United Way, 32% of Houston County residents struggle to meet basic needs.
North and Spence Elementary students are celebrating the Chinese New Year at UWL. Students in the university's Chinese program are leading an after-school Chinese club at the elementary schools. Today's special session celebrated the holiday with Chinese traditions, offering a fun opportunity to learn more about the language and culture.
Students at Crucifixion School in La Crescent celebrating their annual Mardi Gras Carnival fundraiser. Each year, the gym is transformed into a carnival, featuring food, games, and bounce houses to celebrate the holiday. This year, organizers expected around 150 kids to participate. The event's been a staple at the school since the 60s.
Still to come, can local churches adapt to survive? And what's behind the declining attendance? Find out after the break.
We see you out there coming up with original ideas, which is why you shop at Blaine's Farm and Fleet, because you know that when inspiration stirs, we'll have what you need at prices that help make it happen. During our big pet care event, save $6 on assorted Victor dog food. New Blaine's Naturals dog treats start at just $4.99. Plus, rewards members get free same-day local delivery on pet orders of $49 or more. Find value on the things you value. Blaine's Farm and Fleet. Be an original.
See the USA in your Chevrolet. America's asking you to call. Drive your Chevrolet through the USA. America's the greatest land of all.
Get 1.9% financing on this Silverado LT. Or get $5,350 total value plus $3,500 total cash allowance when you trade in an eligible vehicle.
We're starting the new year with our biggest sale of the year at Interior Designs Holman. All our carpets are on sale, so you'll save money and get more for free. Free measuring and estimating at your home. Free furniture moving, even that heavy couch and king-size bed. Free removal of your old carpet and padding, and we'll recycle it. Free life of carpet labor warranty for as long as you own the carpet. All at the lowest prices of the year and 12 months no interest financing. Save money and get more for free during the biggest carpet sale of the year going on now at Interior Designs Holman.
To everyone who values tradition, what does tradition mean to you?
Our family's been doing fish fry here for years.
At Culver's, we make our fish fry the way tradition deserves.
Hand battered, right here in the restaurant.
Right here.
Right here.
The food here never disappoints.
And the best part, we get to sit and enjoy the company. Hey.
Helping you spend time with your family, it's what we're all about.
From Wisconsin with love.
Welcome to Delicious.
Rural churches across the U.S. are seeing a drastic decline in attendance. The same goes for small-town churches in our community like Mindoro and Melrose. As they tackle the challenges of keeping their doors open, they're faced with the questions like, could we be doing something differently, or is this something that's frankly out of our control? And how long do we hold on for? I sit down with these churches to go over their concerns, as well as with experts who give their thoughts on hopes for revival. Mindoro Presbyterian Church waits on a cold, snowy Sunday for believers to fill its pews. Today's turnout is a typical one.
6, maybe 10 on a good day.
A disheartening reality for Carol Hansen, who's cherished this church for 18 years.
The older people died off. The younger people have family and they're in activities. We've lost maybe 20 members since I started.
And that may not sound like a huge loss, but for a town of 300 with only a handful of churches, even a few members leaving can have lasting repercussions.
I've had a couple people mention to me that maybe it's time.
Time to shut its doors and move on to something bigger. It's something churches in rural communities are seeing across the U.S. The main reason for the decline:
financially, they cannot afford to hire someone to be a full-time pastor.
The realities of life in a full-time ministry are also leaving their mark.
They have to pay the rent, they have to pay for food. That becomes really difficult when congregations themselves can hardly keep up with an electric bill.
It's caused many churches like Mindoro Presbyterian, who lost their pastor 2 years ago, to seek alternative solutions. Carol is volunteering to lead the service for a small stipend. Volunteers, she says, are the only way they can keep their doors open.
It's very hard right now.
6 miles down the road at North Bend Presbyterian, a retired reverend is running the show today.
The church used to be full every Sunday.
Aaron Boyum was baptized in this church. He thinks small-town life is to blame.
The younger families, they don't like a small town.
And younger families are the lifeblood of the church's future. First Free, an evangelical church in Onalaska, takes a different approach. Less focus on tradition and more on meeting people where they are. And it seems to be working.
We've got about 900 adults or so that come to our services, plus an additional 400 kids.
He says offering more than just a service is another reason for those numbers.
Our kids ministry, our youth ministries.
There's a lot of support here, and there's a lot of groups that you can go to.
Meeting people where they are is something experts say congregations can't neglect these days.
When we find communities or institutions that align with our beliefs, there's a need met in that.
Can a more modern approach save these rural churches? That's the question the Pathways Group at Viterbo University comes together once a month to answer.
This is not the first time that churches have found themselves in a time of struggle. This will not be the last time. The church is called to transform and meet people where they're at today.
He says it may not be about flashy bells and whistles, but more about the message.
More and more people seek things that speak to them on a soul level.
And believes churches should keep their deep-rooted traditions, no matter the cost.
Some smaller churches are going to close. That's a reality. And we are, as Christians, we are people grounded in a hope much bigger.
For congregations like Mindoro Presbyterian, hope may not look like packed pews, but like holding on and having faith in what's to come. As of now, Mindoro Presbyterian and North Bend Presbyterian are holding on with the help of volunteer pastors and through donations from community members and organizations. And if you're interested in attending their services, which are both very warm and welcoming, we'll have those service times on our website, news8000.com. We'll have more news ahead, but first.
Yeah, unfortunately, the fall spring comes to an end as winter is going to return this week. That means rain, wind, and eventually, yes, snow and 30-degree weather. We'll break it all down coming up on your first foreign weather update after the break.
A home you love, a business that endures. It takes your vision, your hard work, and your dedication to bring them to life. The right tools help. Case IH truly understands your vision and what you need to achieve it. That's why we build the equipment, the local dealer and service network, and the data and tech you want today and tomorrow. Because we don't just build our equipment to work, We built it to work for you.
Visit any of your local Johnson Tractor dealerships, now including La Crosse and Richland Center.
It's the final days of one of our biggest sales. Get this Ashley sofa for just $339. Get up to 60% off list during our huge President's Day sale at Slumberland Furniture. Get this reclining sofa for just $499. A Lazy Boy recliner for just $399. Get a Sealy Posturepedic mattress for just $799 with a free adjustable base. Pay no interest for up to 60 months on select purchases with approved credit. The huge President's Day sale at Slumberland. Final days, don't miss it.
Hannah had like a huge problem. This year, her style screamed back row, but her eyesight and her mother still said front. That's where her optometrist, Dr. Beth, came in with glasses that worked for both. Shopco Optical. Hannah focused since 2026. People focused since 1978.
We don't want to see homeowners falling through their floors.
Certainly not.
So as the symptom goes, moisture, mildew, mold, any of that stuff.
That's bad. Wood doesn't like water. Every house that is on a crawl space needs an encapsulation.
It's so important, man. If this doesn't get done, like what happens to polite society now?
When your flooring's in jeopardy, there ain't nobody safe.
Innovative Basement Authority is now Groundworks. Schedule a free inspection.
What if we had a better treatment for cancer? What if it could find and destroy your cancer cells, but avoid your healthy ones? And what if it allowed us to watch your cancer shrink more easily and accurately than ever before? Meaning personalized treatments, fewer side effects, and more living. It's called Theranostics, and we're leading the charge, turning what-ifs into remarkable realities. UW Health Carbone Cancer Center. Remarkable.
Well, here's our snowpack right now. Pretty much nothing. This is what you'd probably likely see more in the mid to end of March than you would say this time of year. And with this, it allows our temperatures to get well above average. Given that's not that energy from the sun is not used to melt any of the snow. You got to get further up to north where you see at least a solid 2 to 3, and it's a widespread type. As you go further south, Ladysmith and Eau Claire's got some snow, but it's very iffy here and there, and not in the way of too much right now. So we will build on this. I think later in the week we'll expand it a little bit, but in the meantime, it's not going to go much anywhere. We had a little bit of a cold front sag south right now, turning the winds around a little bit. There's a stronger cold front that'll kind of fade away too. Overall, what we're looking for tomorrow is not quite into the picture. It's out into the Rockies. It'll begin to form and push into the western plains as we go through tomorrow morning. Overnight temperatures with the dry atmosphere and mid-February. It doesn't take long to get these temperatures back down, so quite a spread once again. A lot of these areas will get close to freezing. These temperatures are still above our average high for this time of year. Will be increasing clouds. Tomorrow, the rain really holds off till the evening. The wind will be the factor tomorrow more than anything else, and temperatures overall drop about 4 to 5 degrees from what we had today. Still above average, but don't expect any records that we have, and no, probably maybe a few areas may get close to 60. There is a little bit of a signature that we might see a little bit of low cloud development developing with that easterly flow coming off the snowpack. You can see some of this clouds here and there. Just patchy areas of that would be about it. Otherwise, we'll see increasing cloud cover from the west, and that's high cloud cover beginning to push in. And this is just cloud cover throughout most of the day. We'll have increasing cloud cover and that south-southeast wind. Eventually, we'll have some precipitation start to form right around the evening commute. That line will develop somewhere, a very thin line. And as you notice going through this, further north you go, better opportunity to be steady rain. Further south and west, there will be plenty of dry breaks in the evening. It's just kind of lines of showers. As you notice by 7 to 8, here's this area really of steady light rain turning to a little mix, but this is north really, just near or north of Eau Claire. We'll start seeing a little bit more development here for areas south, more showers as we go towards the later evening, while more of a steady rain further north as they kind of rotate around that low that's now out to our west. Even another round coming through that's a little bit more convective. You can see some of these yellows, so can't rule out a thunderstorm too with this as it comes through in the overnight. Once we get through tomorrow about 4 a.m., and this is the last batch coming through, really, Wednesday is going to be probably clear as you go further south, more cloudy as you go further north, but the wind will be the issue as moisture wraps around. But overall, I think a lot of Wednesday will be fairly dry as more of the precipitation pushes to the north. Temperatures still very mild for tomorrow. You have to go up to about Russ County to get to upper 30s. Otherwise, we're still going to have mild conditions because we're going to start off mild. And then as we go for the wind, it will be a factor tomorrow out of the southeast. Could see some gusts above 30, 35 in the afternoon or evening hours. It will then kind of drop off and begin to turn around from the west, and those winds from Wednesday, once again, could be just as strong, but from the west direction too. And then we got a bigger storm coming, well, at least more in the snow category as we go into Friday. That could bring accumulating snow. We'll have to keep an eye on that for Friday morning's commute. Otherwise, yes, we're back to the 30s or 20s, depending on location, through the weekend into early next week too. So kind of back where we should be, but you know, you would expect that.
Absolutely, we do. We're realists.
Yeah, exactly, yes.
Thanks, Greg. Coming up next in sports, the Badgers back on the radar of the national media after a couple impressive wins. Plus, UWL football names its newest head coach. Jacob is next.
Proper installation of your new windows make a difference. The team at Clear Choice Window and Home Solutions are factory trained to make sure your windows are installed to last. Call or stop into the showroom for your free estimate.
Unleash your dog's potential at Top Dog Retreat in West Salem. Our expert trainer makes learning fun and effective, including a wide range of enrichment activities to get your dog's tail wagging. Book your session today. Top Dog Retreat, a bark above the rest.
The Tractor Central Best Time to Buy sales event is going on now through March 2nd on all premium John Deere residential mowing equipment. We're stocked up to maximize opportunities for our customers to save $300 to $500 on John Deere zero-turn mowers and up to $700 on John Deere lawn and garden tractors. Preseason savings at Tractor Central. Get started now at TractorCentral.com. Some restrictions apply. See dealer for details.
It's a John Deere day.
I do like knowing the person that's sitting across from my desk. I've formed a lot of relationships over the years based on trust. When I see the look on a member's face when I say, yes, this loan is good, you're good to go, it makes me happy. To me, being the team you can trust is honesty. When you do a loan with me at Firefighters Credit Union, like everything we do, it's not about the car, it's about you.
'Cause everybody's welcome at Firefighters Credit Union.
So I had pain in my feet for a good 20 years.
It felt like I was standing on marbles.
Something wasn't working with my feet. Was diagnosed with plantar fasciitis.
If your feet aren't comfortable, the rest of the body suffers.
So I went into the Good Feet store and bam. They wanted to make sure that they gave me the right arch support.
You put in the arch supports, to me it was almost miraculous.
It really brought me back to being able to be me.
I can run, I can walk. This is not something that you could solve online.
Reclaim the good life with a free arch support fitting at the Good Feet store. Good feet, good life.
Unleash your dog's potential at Top Dog Retreat in West Salem. Our expert trainer makes learning fun and effective, including a wide range of enrichment activities to get your dog's tail wagging. Book your session today. Top Dog Retreat, a bark above the rest.
Covering all the exciting action from your community. Here's News 8 Now Sports with Jacob Lenzendorf.
Well, some news hot off the press. After a long search, the UW lacrosse football team has a new man in charge, as Michael Zwiefel has been hired as the 15th head coach in program history. Zwiefel is very familiar with the program, as he's been an assistant for the last 4 seasons, leading the defense and special teams units. In his time with the Eagles, the team has gone 36-11, won 2 conference titles, and made the NCAA D3 playoffs each year. Under his direction, 15 players have been named to all WIAC selections, including 10 first-teamers. UWL led the league in passing defense a season ago. Zwiefel graduated from the University of Dubuque back in 2011, which was the season he was awarded the Gagliardi Trophy winner, which is given to the best player in Division III football. Zwiefel replaces Matt Janis, who was hired as Northern Michigan University's next head football coach back on January 5th. He'll be officially introduced as head coach tomorrow at 11 a.m. in the multi-purpose room in Hetzel Fieldhouse. I don't think there was much doubt, but after a week with 2 wins over premier teams in the country, the Wisconsin Badgers are back in the top 25 rankings. Greg Gard's team became the first to record 3 top 10 wins this season, and one of those included a 21-point thrashing of Michigan State back on Friday, which was Wisconsin's largest margin of victory against a top 10 foe ever. At number 24, it's the Badgers' first time being ranked since November 17th, and John Blackwell says they are a scary team if threes continue to fall the way they have been.
I mean, when the threes are dropping in, we're a very hard team to guard, especially when we're defending. Yeah, and then when the offense is falling like that, and we're playing like that, and we're sharing the ball, like the one more, I don't know who hit it, Aussie, where we just shared the ball. That's Wisconsin basketball. That's who we are.
And Nick Boyd, who hit 5 of Bucky's 15 threes in that contest, has been named Big Ten Player of the Week. Boyd averaged 27 points and 4.5 assists per game in those 2 wins. He's now hit 20 or more points in 6 straight games. Back to the UWL hiring, a good time for that hire. We'll have more on that tonight and, of course, tomorrow. That's sports. More news coming up next.
The hot, crispy filet o fish. You either love it or you haven't tried it yet.
Hurry in and get 2 Filet-O-Fish sandwiches for just $7.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
The 28th Annual Early Bird Home Show, only at the Board Store. Inside these 8 historic buildings, a marvelous selection of quality products for your home. Everything you need to make your bathroom both safe and beautiful. Everything you need for the kitchen of your dreams. Replacement windows and entry doors, siding, pergolas, patio covers, 3-season and 4-season rooms. Visit during the 28th Annual Early Bird Home Show, only at the Board Store. The first step to improving your home and improving your life. Prompt free estimates.
Where does confidence come from? It's not from within. It must be pursued. Confidence is not a mindset. It's an achievement. In the GMC Sierra HD AT4X. Get 3.9% APR on 2025 GMC Sierra heavy-duty models.
Visit your best choice GMC dealer today.
My part-time service in the Army National Guard makes it possible for me to be more for the community I call home. Learn more about how you too can live and serve part-time close to home by visiting nationalguard.com.
Remaining mild tomorrow. It'll just be the wind that'll pick up quite strong in the afternoon time frame too. Overall dry and still 50s or 40s, so still well above average. Changes at least a little bit with rain Tuesday night. Still mild Wednesday for most areas, and then we have a snow event coming Thursday night into Friday we'll have to keep an eye on. Otherwise we're back to where we should be, 30s here and then 20s for the north.
All right, so we're hanging on to 50s for a little bit longer.
Just a little bit for some.
And then winter's coming back.
Exactly.
Thanks for joining us at 6.
We'll see you tonight at 10.